Hi guys, it's Mrs. Frame again. Today's lesson, super quick. We're going to get it done. It's one extra little thing than what we did today. And it's something that you've done before. We're putting the new thing that we just learned with something we've known for a while. Okay, so what are you, the student, required to know how to do today? You are going to have to find the roots of a cubic function. Now remember that the roots are the places on the x and y, or the x-axis, where the graph crosses the x-axis. And for all purposes, for what we're doing now, you will have real roots and they will mostly be whole numbers. So that'll be pretty easy. So we just have to add one little thing to what we learned today, and we'll find the roots. Okay, so what does finding the roots of a cubic function mean? I just explained that, so taking a second to write your answer in your own words, and so press pause and do that, and then we'll be ready to go. Alright, so let's try two problems. Here's what I want you to notice. Here's the problem number 1 from your homework or your assignment from today. But notice that instead of it being an expression, it's an equation. Now, in order to find roots where it crosses the x-axis, this term, which is your y, has to be 0. So remember that f of x is really your y, same thing. And to find the roots, it has to equal 0. Now, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to do all our factors of 6. And we're going to start looking for one that works by choosing, I'm going to go with -1. And we're going to write down our coefficients, 1, -2, -5, 6. Bring the 1 down, use your synthetic division. And that didn't work, so -1 was the wrong one. So I'm going to try +1. I guess I forgot what the answer was. So we'll try this again. I'm going to try +1 because the -1 didn't work. That gives me +1. That gives me -2. That gives me -2. That gives me -7. That's not working out for me either. So the 1 didn't work. Let's try a 2. Again, you can check your work. You probably got it done already. Let me put the 5 back. So 1, 2, that's 2. That gives me 0. 0, -5. That's not going to work. So I'm starting to think that the -2 is not going to work either. I feel like the 1 was supposed to work. That's alright. I'll keep working on it till I find one. So we'll do a -2. -2 is -4. It's -8. That is not going to work. Alright, I'm not having some good luck here. Let's try the 3's. So we'll try 3, 1, that's 3. That gives me -1, +1, and 3. That gives me -2, and that gives me -6. No remainder. Alright. So 3 is one of my factors, so remember we always use the opposite for one of our factors. And then we're going to use, that's a 0, not a 6, x squared plus x minus 2. We're going to factor that out, x and x. And this is -2, so I'm thinking 2 and -1. That gives me 2x, -x, and that works. So we've got x minus 3. X plus 2, and so I must have made a mistake when I was doing the x minus 1. Alright, now what I got to do is set all of those equal to 0. So I'm going to set those equal to 0, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set each quantity equal to 0 because that's where the x's are crossing the y-axis, or where the roots are crossing the x-axis, as if my y is 0. So we're going to do x minus 3 equals 0, x plus 2 equals 0, and x minus 1 equals 0. Add the 3. So x is 3. Subtract the 2. X is -2. Add the 1. X is 1. So that means when this is the first step in graphing this. So now I'm going to start my graph. And this is the only thing we're doing today. This means that my graph is going to cross the x-axis here at -2. It's going to cross at +1, and it's going to cross at 3. And it's going to come up this direction because this is positive, so it's going to rise up. It's going to go up, come down, and go up, and it's going to do something like that. Tomorrow I'll show you how to determine where they come up and turn and go the other way. Okay, so let's do one more, and then we'll be done. All right, so we've got this one, which was number 2 from your homework, and you do your factors again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm probably in good shape. One of those is bound to work. So I'm going to try -1 and hope. I haven't done them yet, so I can't remember. So hopefully, -1. That's 2. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm starting to think maybe a 3 might work. That's -2, -12, and that gives me +12. So I'm going to try a 2, because if I multiply this times 2, I could get a -24. So I'm going to try a 2 instead. So I'm going to try -2. So that's -2. That gives me 1, and that's -2. That gives me -12, and that gives me +24. So no remainder. So now I know that I've got my 0 equals x plus 2 from that first one, and I just have to factor my x squared plus x minus 12. So x and x, 4 and -3. So x plus 4 and x minus 3. And then I just set them equal to 0. So x plus 2 equals 0. And you're probably realizing that it's just the opposite. And then x plus 4 equals 0, so -4. And x minus 3 equals 0, so it's +3. So x is equal to -2, -4, and 3. So you'll go to your graph, and those are your roots. So -4, -2, and +3. Those are your roots. And again, because your first term is positive, it rises up this direction. It comes up here somewhere, comes down here, comes back up, and shoots off this direction. And again, tomorrow I'll teach you how to do the parabolas in between these. Okay? So that's all I got for you. Write a summary. If you have any questions, let me know. If I made an error in my math, I apologize, but you do get the gist. This is how we find the roots. We just make it equal 0, find the roots, and you're good to go. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.